What's up? Okay, so about after, I'm going to say 5 tries of getting into this driveway and backing up into this garage, I finally got it. But what I'm actually going to do today is, I'm going to, I can't even talk today, you see how awesome that is? I'm going to install these beauteous red taillight overlays, and I'm going to show you guys how to do this, the process of doing so, and exactly what you need. So we're going to go ahead and get started, make this quick. Primary thing you're going to need is some kind of spray. So you can coat this with, you know, whatever. It's kind of like installing a Invisi-Shield or something like that on a foam. You've got to make sure the area is completely wet and make sure everything around it is clean. That's not just this. Just make sure all of this and all that junk. Make sure all that is clean. And don't do it when it's dirty, because I mean the vinyl will come off. If you do a good enough job, the vinyl is not going to come off for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and get my my sprayness, and we're going to go ahead and do this. Okay, so before we start, I just wanted to let you guys know I got all this stuff from Premium Auto Styling. Really cool dudes, actually. They make a lot of stuff for the STI. In fact, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff. I have a red out for my third tail light, stuff like that, or third brake light. Just stuff like that. They make really cool stuff. They're really cool dudes. You should go check them out. But things you're going to need, obviously, the vinyl. You're going to need some form of spray. Now, what I have right here is not Febreze. Do not spray Febreze under this. This is a very old bottle of Febreze, actually. Okay, that's cool. I like to throw things. Febreze, I don't even think they make this anymore, but it's filled with water and a little, like a drop of hand soap, just to kind of give you a little solution, something like that. So yeah, you're also going to need a squeegee. I happen to get a felt-tipped squeegee from Premium Auto Styling again, and which I recommend it, because if you use any plastic squeegee, it can work, but it can end up really scratching up the vinyl and making it not look very good. So you really want to either invest in this kind of a squeegee or like a real squeegee or something like that. Granted, on smaller stuff where you don't have to constantly sit there and tear away at it, it's not going to do that much. But if you're doing larger overlays like this, you're definitely going to want that felt tip squeegee. And like I said, you can actually get it from Premium Auto Styling. They'll throw it in there for an extra like $5 or something. Then you're also going to need common sense. That's a nice one. But after the common sense, you're going to need either a heat gun or some form of air dryer. I happen to have a Travel Conair hair dryer that I honestly don't know how I have it or where I got it, but it was in my house, and it's what I've used for all of my vinyl work. So it works fairly well. It actually works very well. Same thing as a heat gun, it just a little bit lesser of a scale. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just prep it. I'm going to make sure everything's clean. So I'm going to go here, just going to do the section that I'm working on. I'm going to make sure everything around it is clean, make sure I just have everything wiped down. And like I said, I mean, it doesn't matter if you have water left over on it, just make sure there's no dirt, as long as it is clean. So go ahead and do the entire area around it. It's not like you want to bake dirt into the paint or something like that. So like I said, just make sure everything's clean around it, and you can just make sure there's no residue, no nothing on there, and then you should be good to start. Okay, for starting, you're going to go ahead and start peeling off the vinyl. I'm also just going to get it wet real quick. You're going to use a lot of this stuff. I mean, you're seriously probably going to have to go back and refill it 2 or 3 times, possibly, while you're doing larger vinyls like this. So what I'm going to do is, after that's sitting there soaking, it's not a big deal if it just sits there. What I'm going to do is you make sure none of the vinyl sticks together or anything like that, because it is impossible to get it apart. So make sure you are very careful when peeling this off. Alright, so I got that. First thing you want to do is coat the bottom, the back, the sticky part of the vinyl. On each vinyl that you get, no matter who sells it to you, it's going to have an adhesive side. And that is the side that's obviously going to be stuck onto wherever you're vinyling. So, cool, I got this nice and squeaky. Alright, and now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and slap it right on there, line it up. Simple as that. Now what you're going to have to do is, you have to do this kind of quickly, not too much of a rush, but just make sure everything is just lined up correctly. Just make sure it looks nice and clean. You don't want something like this, especially for how much time you're going to be putting into it. You don't want to have it messed up or anything. So yeah, and then don't worry, you're going to have parts that dangle over. You're just going to have to cut that off with an X-Acto knife or something of that sort. So yeah, I have it, I have it all nice and straight. Make sure there's no squiggly marks or whatever. So what I'm going to go ahead and start doing is I'm going to push the water out from under it. I'll make sure it just kind of sticks on there. Like I said, this felt tip squeegee is very helpful. And in the process, you just want to make sure none of this moves around or anything like that. So yeah, cool. It looks like I have it pretty spot on actually. I could probably move it over an inch or so, or not an inch. That was probably the dumbest thing ever, like a millimeter or so. Cool. So that's actually good. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is turn on the heat gun slash Conair machine, and I'm going to go ahead and start heating it up with this guy in hand. And I'm just going to start scraping out air bubbles, water bubbles, stuff like that. So I got that pretty much dry. Here we go. Go ahead. There's some parts on here that need to be cut away a little bit. This knife is very sharp, so don't have to worry about anything. I'm just gonna barely cut into this. I mean, pretty much just scratching it. Make sure you don't hit the paint. Kind of stay right below the area. I'm just making a little nick. There we go. Cool. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and start heating it up again. I mean, this process takes a pretty decent amount of time, so it's kind of just repetitive, but you just got to keep on doing it, and it'll get done. So, and as it starts to actually heat up to it, I did start using the non-felt tipped side, just because the felt tip side only does so much pressure. But I mean, if you just use the plastic side, it's not a big deal. You can still use it, just don't use it a lot, so you just don't scratch it. I mean, you get the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and keep doing this. Okay, sweet, about to die. Cool, alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish up little things about this. One thing you guys need to know is don't hold the heat device, whatever you're using, in one place for too long. It can end up crinkling things together. It's just not good, so just don't do it. But my camera's actually pretty close to dying, so I'm going to go ahead and charge it. I'm going to finish up all this, and I'll kind of just show you guys exactly what's going on. So, cool. I'll go ahead and finish this up. Alright, so I went ahead and finished everything. Just put some eyelids up front. I just wanted to test these things out, just to kind of see how they were. Might as well, right? And then, okay, so these are physically impossible. No human can actually do them. I'm just kidding. I don't know, I tried to do this side, and it was chaos. It ended up very, very badly. Actually, I'll show you how it ended up. It ended up like this, but this actually was thrown violently at this wall, so, and they ended up right there. Actually, that's pretty close to where it was. So yeah, it was very, very difficult. I mean, I read online that it was it was very, very hard, even for those that did vinyl stuff like that a lot, and I do. I mean, it's not hard, but I mean, this is just like, there's so many things to this taillight. It's just like there's so many obstacles, and I don't know. I just didn't want to mess with this side. I'm gonna try and contact Premium Auto Styling, see if I can get another one, or just one for this side. So, or I'm just gonna, I don't know, go to a tent shop, something like that. So I went ahead and did that. Then I also did the, you're not gonna be able to see it, but I did the third brake light overlay. Excuse me. I'm such a sweetheart. I did that, and I think my personal favorite is probably the blacked out reflectors. They went ahead and gave me some of these guys as well, and they are awesome. I mean, the whole point is, if you can't see them, well, it's because they're black, they're ninja. So yeah, guys, again, I got these all this stuff from Premium Auto Styling. Like I said, awesome dudes. Definitely have some awesome stuff. Check them out. They have a lot of stuff ranging from a lot of vehicles. If you have a Subaru, Toyota, a Hyundai, I mean, they do a lot of stuff, especially for the BRZ, Subarus, and then like a Genesis. They have a lot of stuff like that. So if you have anything that you're thinking about, like maybe taillight overlays, headlight overlays, stuff like that, they probably have it. If they don't, they will get a model of your car in, and they will most likely make them for you. They also make Subaru overlays, like emblem overlays, and they're pretty cool actually. I just have not installed mine, but they're sick. And then I also have, oh yeah, I did these a long time ago, but I have yellow fog light overlays from these guys, and those are very easy to install, very easier than everything else I've done. So I've got that, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and try and scrape my way out of this driveway, and yeah, that's actually it. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, I'm always open. I check my YouTube inbox at least once or twice a day, so I mean, feel free to comment. Honestly, just tell me anything. It looks kind of funny right now, but hey, it looks better than it did. Cool. So I mean, yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions, just please feel free, just let me know, and I will get back to you as soon as I can, and with whatever knowledge I can offer. Cool. Well, thank you guys for watching.